What's the best Rolex Submariner ever made? I know a ton of people are going to say the myth, the legend, the icon, the 5513. Now think to yourself, what if Rolex never discontinued it? How would it look today? Well, that's exactly what Ginault envisioned with this all-new timepiece. Introducing the all-new Ginault Ocean Rover 2 Submersible. And right off the bat, I'm getting vintage Rolex Submariner vibes, but with a solidity of a modern Rolex sports watch. And when you hold this watch in your hand, not only do you get a high impression of quality, you start to think to yourself, why did Rolex stop making the 5-digit? And the only answer to that is change for the sake of change. It was 100% a downgrade. They did correct it a little bit with the new 41, but it's still no match for the 5-digit. And how many of you 5-digit owners dreamed of a ceramic insert? Well, Ginault has done it, and this one is a deep navy blue. The ceramic is of high quality. Ginault is very proud of the clay they use, and the engravings are platinum sprayed, exactly what Rolex does. And it makes the bezel insert come alive and a premium look that plays with the light. It's not just a boring, cheap, flat white painted insert. That beautiful platinum goes from silvery white to gray, and it's absolutely beautiful, but how does it feel and how does it sound? It's smoother, but it remains crispy and precise. You get a satisfying click that's a joy to use. And I'll say it right now, this bezel is just tough to beat. It's basically a modern day Rolex bezel feel. Now, one of my favorite things about the 5-digit is not just that gorgeous taper on the lugs, but it's the crown guards. The new one, they look kind of fat-lipped and not a fan of it. These crown guards are trim and clean looking, and they protect that 7mm screw down crown that has a clutch system, and it screws down perfectly every time, giving this Ginault an impressive 300 meters of water resistance. Now let's do those dimensions. I got 38.5mm on the case, 40mm on the bezel teeth, and the secret measurement 30.5mm. So the bezel does overhang that case. We got a thickness of, wait for it, 11.1. Wow. And the crystal does stick out just a hair above that tapering insert. We got no drilled lugs and a lug to lug of 47.7. Man, this watch has classic dimensions and it wears better than a Rolex Submariner because it's thinner and it doesn't have that protruding case back. All thanks to the movement, and you're not compromising on water resistance with that 300 meter. So well done, Ginault. And if you'll notice something, the clarity. This watch has 3 layers of high quality optometry grade anti-reflective coating. And it definitely shows. I put it next to a flat crystal Zelos that has AR, and in comparison, the Zelos crystal looked cloudy and foggy. And you don't notice it until you see it next to each other. So incredible clarity. This crystal really brings out that deep black enamel dial. It's glossy and pairs well with the hand-applied, hand-loomed, forged indices. And with those mil-spec hands, the legibility is on point. And even the way they did the red seconds hand, that's just the icing on the cake. Overall, just holding this in my hand and staring at it, I think to myself, man, this thing looks good. One negative I could say is there is a ton of text. We got the printed Ginault logo, and then Ginault, kinetic continuous date, Ocean Rover, 300 meter, submersible maritime precision precision chronometer. Man, there's too much text. There's just so much text. What would I take out? I would take out submersible maritime. Yeah, take out kinetic continuous date. That's useless. Now the quality. Man, it's on point. I looked everywhere. I had to find something. I used my super macro. I used a ton of light. And this thing is clean. I don't think I found a speck of dust. And if you see one in the video, it's probably from me on top of the crystal. So very impressive. Definitely Rolex quality. The only thing that could have been better is the finishing on the sides of the hands. Now, such a fantastic watch needs a fantastic bracelet. So that's what this one has. It's 20mm oyster style, tapering down to 15. Incredible taper for that added comfort. And you got a fold over lift lock system, fully milled. And of course, you have a high quality Easy Glide mechanism, just like the Submariners. So with the Easy Glide and the 2 half links, you'll be able to dial this in precisely. My one complaint about the bracelet is the fold over has a little bit of resistance. When you pull it all the way back, it gets stiff. And I don't know if that's just my model or that's normal. It's a minor gripe. The Lume is Swiss Super Luminova BGW9. You get that fantastic blue glow. And as for the power, it looks pretty good. I did an off-camera test against my Black Bay, and this performed pretty much basically the same. So you're going to be happy with the Lume. The Ocean Rover's movement is meticulously tested for 6 weeks and regulated in 5 positions. It's based on the SW200 from Solida, and it is the Elabor grade. We got a very powerful amplitude above 300, perfect beat error. Now let's look at the rate. We got 0, -2, -1, and the 4th and final round, -1. Now let's do that positional variance. How will this watch actually perform on the wrist? Little bit of drop in amplitude, beat error remains perfect. Now let's look at the rate. We got -1, -3, -2, and the 4th and final round, -2. Well done. So what does this one cost? Well, the one in my hand is the top spec version. It's got the date and the blue ceramic insert, and that comes in at $17.99. But if you get the black insert, it's $100 less, and if you get the Note 8, the price goes down another $200. So the pricing is absolutely fair for this watch. You get a Swiss-made movement that's already been broken in, a fantastic bracelet, a high-quality ceramic insert with platinum spray, with incredible bezel feel, excellent crown, super clear sapphire, and it's so clean inside. At this price, it's definitely a winner. It's kind of impressive what Ginault can do at this price point, and definitely makes you wonder how big brands charge what they charge. If a small team like Ginault can do this. But I want to hear your thoughts and opinions down below, and if you liked this video, then you will love the 2 videos on the right of your screen right now. And I'll see you in the next one. This is a good watch. Yeah, this is a good watch. Just doesn't have the brand name. That's it.